It was close to midnight when David Miller, a long-haul truck driver from Oklahoma, was heading west on Highway 46. Rain hammered against his windshield, and the wipers struggled to keep up with the storm. He had been on the road for 12 hours, exhausted, craving nothing but a cup of coffee and a safe place to rest. The road was empty, no headlights behind him, no taillights ahead, just endless darkness. As he drove deeper into the storm, his radio began to crackle, whispering with distant static. He turned the dial, but every channel was dead. The deeper he went, the quieter the world became, as if the highway had swallowed all sound. Then through the blur of rain he saw her, a girl, standing alone on the side of the road, wearing a pale white dress soaked by rain, her long black hair clinging to her face. David's heart skipped. What is she doing out here at this hour? He slowed the truck and pulled over carefully. In his headlights she didn't move. She just stared at the ground, silent, shivering. He rolled down the window. "Miss, are you okay? Do you need help?" The girl slowly lifted her head. Her face was pale, lips trembling, but her eyes were filled with something he couldn't understand, fear or sorrow. He couldn't tell. "Please," she whispered, "I need to go home." Her voice was soft, almost fading. David nodded and opened the passenger door. "Get in, I'll take you." She climbed in without a word, clothes dripping onto the seat. She hugged herself tightly, staring out the windshield as the truck rolled back onto the road. David turned up the heater. "What's your name?" he asked gently. She hesitated. "Emily." "All right, Emily. Where do you live?" She lifted her trembling hand and pointed ahead. "Just keep driving. I'll tell you when." For miles they said nothing. Only the sound of rain and the low rumble of the engine filled the air. David glanced at her. She wasn't blinking, just staring. Eyes wide, as if she feared something behind them. To break the silence, he asked, "Were you in an accident?" Her voice trembled. "No. He left me there. He who—" David frowned, but she said nothing. Her hands tightened on her dress, knuckles white. Minutes later, the road twisted sharply. A broken road sign flashed in the headlights. "Bridge out, detour." Emily suddenly whispered, "Don't take the bridge." David blinked. "How do you—" "Please," she said, "just drive around." He obeyed, uneasy. Something about her voice sent chills through him. He followed an older dirt detour road. Trees gathered close, branches scraping the truck. Finally, she whispered, "My house is near. You'll see a gate." David nodded, but as he turned to check on her, the seat was empty. Emily was gone. His hands froze on the wheel. The door had never opened. The truck had never stopped. His breath caught. "This can't be real. She was just here. I heard her voice." He pulled over, heart racing. The seat was soaked rainwater from her dress. She was there. Suddenly, headlights appeared behind him. A police cruiser slowed beside his truck. The officer rolled down his window. "Everything all right, sir?" David, pale and shaking, stammered, "Officer, there was a girl, Emily. She was just here. I picked her up on the road and she vanished." The officer slowly exhaled, as if he had heard this before. White dress, long black hair. David's eyes widened. "Yes." The officer nodded. "You're not the first." He looked into the darkness. "Her name was Emily Carter. 6 years ago she died on Highway 46. Her boyfriend crashed their car off the broken bridge, left her to die in the rain. People say her spirit still tries to find her way home." David shook his head. No, she spoke to me. She warned me about the bridge." The officer's eyes turned toward the flooded river below. "Maybe she's still saving others, hoping someone will finally take her home." As the officer drove away, David sat alone in silence, rain tapping on the glass. Then, from the back seat, a whisper, "Thank you for listening." His blood froze. He didn't turn. He couldn't. Tears filled his eyes, not of fear but sorrow, because for one moment Emily wasn't a ghost. She was just a lost girl, still waiting to go home.